The true good news of Christmas is that Son of God, Jesus, was born not in a palace with warm and comfortable rooms, but in a dirty and smelly stable where animals lived. Jesus did not enter the world through a grand palace. He came to the lowest, darkest places. This is the true gospel. It reveals that God entered the chaos of the world to offer hope, love, and salvation through Jesus Christ. Christmas is the story of Jesus coming into a broken world, a world that needed healing and salvation. The real good news of Christmas is that God entered the world's suffering through Jesus Christ to bring light, hope, joy, peace, and new life. Today is the first Sunday of Advent, so we believe that it is the good news that Jesus was born into this world. At Christmas, we share the joy with our families and celebrate it. But if this is the good news, why do so many people still spend Christmas in difficult or painful circumstances, even after hearing about the birth of Jesus? Today, I brought you a Christmas card. You have probably received and sent many Christmas cards from your family or friend. I encourage you to think about the Christmas card you have received or purchased to send to others. Why does the image of Jesus' birth on those cards look like? Look at it. This is the image of the Christmas card. We often see a joyful and confident Joseph, a bright and radiant Mary, filled with the joy of childbirth, a beautiful and peaceful baby Jesus sleeping soundly, and cute animals surrounding the scene. But is this really what the first Christmas looked like? We know the actual scenes of first Christmas well through the gospel. As we know, Jesus was born in a stable because there was no room for them in the inn. A stable where animals such as cows or horses are kept in far from a clean and pleasant place. It is full of animal excrement, unpleasant smells, and flies. However, if we look at the Christmas card we send each year, you will not see any signs of dirty or flies. The stable in these cards are always clean. The animals are well groomed. And Mary looks refreshed and carefully after her long journey and childbirth. This is far from the reality of a woman giving birth in a humble and dirty stable. Why does not Christmas card tell the truth? The answer, I'm sorry. The answer is simple. If the birth of Jesus was described too realistically, no one would want to buy it. That's why we make Christmas cards that are sentimental and romantic. But honestly, the first Christmas was neither perfect nor romantic nor overflowing with joy. The Savior of the world was born, but his birth was not widely celebrated or even known at first. Most people were busy with their own lives. The innkeepers were so focused on making money for the Jewish holiday that no one showed any sympathy for Joseph, who was tired from his long journey, and Mary, who was almost due. And no one offered them a place to stay for the night. Meanwhile, the rulers of that time, fearing for their own position when they heard that a new king of the Jews had been born, ordered all male children under the age of 2 to be killed. So, the first Christmas was not a time of joy, but a time of sorrow and fear. The grief and cries of family with newborn babies could be heard all over the area. In other words, the first Christmas indeed was good news and a blessing, but on the other side, it was a truly painful and sad moment for families with newborn. But today, 2,000 years later, Christmas has met consumerism and commercialism and has lost the true meaning of the first Christmas. Christmas cards and TV commercials have created image of the season that blur the true message of the gospel. Instead of remembering the humble birth of Jesus in a manger, we see images of a perfect stable, a florist Mary, clean animals, and beautifully wrapped gift. This is far from the true story of first Christmas. And it does not end here. Even among Christians, the birth of Jesus is remembered as a perfect and joyous event without acknowledging the pain, discomfort, and struggle that took place on the first Christmas. The true good news of Christmas is that Son of God, Jesus, was born not in a palace with warm and comfortable rooms, but in a dirty and smelly stable where animals lived. Jesus did not enter the world through a grand palace. He came to the lowest, darkest places. This is the true gospel. It reveals that God entered the chaos of the world to offer hope, love, and salvation through Jesus Christ. Many people do not experience the good news of Christmas in their lives because we have lost touch with its true meaning and have fallen into the trap of false perfection presented through advertising and consumerism. While many in our society celebrate Christmas joyfully, there are also many who feel lonely and isolated during this time of year. We must remember that while people strive to give their children big, beautiful gifts for Christmas, there are others who cannot do so. Christmas is the story of Jesus coming into a broken world, a world that needed healing and salvation. The Christmas card, shopping malls, and TV advertisements we see today try to make us ignore or avoid the pain, suffering, and darkness around us. They distract us from the places where love is needed most. But that is not the true message of the gospel. The real good news of Christmas is that God entered the world's suffering through Jesus Christ to bring light, hope, joy, peace, and new life. The text we read today contains Mary's songs, her word of joy as being the one chosen to carry the Christ child. But Jesus reminds us of the true meaning of Christmas like this. For the Mighty One has done great things for me, and holy is his name. Indeed, his mercy is for those who fear him from generation to generation. He has shown strength with his arm. He has scattered the pride in the imagination of their heart. He has brought down the powerful from their throne and lifted up the lowly. He has filled the hungry with good things and sent the rich away empty. Luke chapter 1, verses 49 through 53. But 20 years later, we must ask ourselves whether modern Christmas is truly religious, forgetting its original social and political significance, and substituting consumerism and luxury in its place. Today's Christmas has become a day of consumption, often reduced to a time of gift giving between family and friends, lacking the social and political significance of the first Christmas. We need to restore the true spirit of Christmas. Jesus came to the world to heal the sick, cast out demons, and care for the outcast. He healed, restored, and lifted up them. He brought heaven to those who were bound to the earth. So we need to remember that believing in God is not about lifting our lives up to heaven, but about establishing heaven in our lives. Because Jesus taught us to pray the Lord's Prayer. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So, what kind of Christmas do you want to have this year? 2,000 years after the first Christmas. Are we like the innkeepers and politicians who ignore the birth of Jesus on the first Christmas, focusing only on our own interest and our families during this season? Or are we viewing Christmas merely as a flesh consumer-driven season of this year? Or are you sharing the true meaning of the birth of Jesus with those around us who need help? Christmas is the day when Jesus entered dark and lonely places of this world to bring light, healing, forgiveness, renewal, and abundant life. This is why we celebrate this day as the day of the good news. May we remember that the reason we celebrate and look forward to Christmas each year is to reflect on this divine purpose. There are still dark and lonely places in our society. I hope you remember that these are the places where Jesus would be born if he was to return to this world today, just as baby Jesus did on that first Christmas. In this first week of Advent, I encourage you to find a way to share the good news of the coming baby Jesus. I hope that you will be able to bring the joy of Christmas to friends you have not been in touch with for a long time, and to your neighbors who need help. Let's bring the joy of Christmas to those around us.